time. It's actually kind of a funny story. So you see the shirt I'm wearing? Comedy. It's the fan shirt of Mark Norman. Mark Norman, the comedian. This is a shirt that he has for people who like his stuff. I bought it when I saw him at the Paramount when I first moved here to Austin, and a good show, funny show. I got a little drunk.
Not you.
Well, this one wasn't my fault though, because I went to a bar, but just before it, this really cool like Mexican joint that had like good mezcal and tequila, and then I was talking to the guy, told him that I was like a bartender, and he just kept feeding me shots, and then all of a sudden I'm fucking leaving there. I'm like, I'm drunk. Fuck. That wasn't the plan. I was supposed to have like a nice light buzz. So after the show, after I staggered out of there, there was like a line, like a meet and greet picture thing. I don't really care about pictures, but I did want to meet Mark and say hi. It wasn't the best. Like nothing really happened. I think he was trying to get the hell out of there. I just wanted to talk with a comedian. But he was nice and cordial. And then he said something about the fact that like, oh, no one's buying these shirts. And he said it to the merch guy. He wasn't even saying it to me. And I was like, I'll buy a shirt. Even though I'm like, this is the first time I've ever worn it because it's so ridiculous. It just says comedy on it. Like, that's it. Which is like
no other explanation.
Yeah. Like, no one's going to get that just walking around the world. They're like, why does that guy just have a comedy shirt on? So I wore it to work today because we generally just wear like black t-shirts with the restaurant's logo on it. But I didn't have one. Mine's they're all dirty. It's been a busy week. I haven't had time to do laundry. Like, this will be fine. We have a comedy club there. Well, it's no big deal. And so I like wore it, and I had to do this private event in the back room. Like, I have this back room where we do all the open mics and all that stuff. And I walk in wearing this shirt at like 1 PM, and I'm just like, hey guys, how we doing? Like, I just kind of like ready to be like a host, like take care of everybody. And I look at them and they're formally dressed, and I look down on the table and they have all these pamphlets for this guy who fucking died. It was a memorial service for a young man who died. And I walk in all positive with a shirt that says comedy on it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was humiliating. So I was like, well, I picked the worst day to wear this shirt. I guess I'm going to go change it. So I just went and like, got like one of the other shirts that like, managers had in the back. And I was just like, oh my God. How like like the guy died and he was young. It was like the reason they had it there was because the guy was like a regular. No one fucking told me this. No one gave me this insight. I had no idea. I just walked in like blind. It was like, oh Jesus. And then it was brutal, by the way. Once I did change my shirt, I'm in this, this memorial service for this young guy who died, and everyone's making these like heartfelt speeches and shit like that. It was fucking rough, man. And it's weird to
a little communication might have been good.
Would have really, really cleared things up, especially when it's like, that's not what we do. We don't do stuff like that. Like, we don't normally host memorial services for fucking like 30-year-olds. Oh, it was awful. But that was most of my day.